So I've had this theory that they sent Navalny to Germany because what they're doing is they're making telemedication based on various kinds of composites they're putting together with what happened to Navalny. And then the question becomes, well, who gets access? Who's going to have the copyrights and who's going to have whatever the patents are on all of this stuff going on? My major theory is that whatever he did with his media group and whatever he did with his colleagues involving his work as whatever he would call himself, a journalist, public educator, electoral candidate, whatever that is, now people are going through and they're leaning on that. And now that he's got medical treatment, they're coming up with all kinds of other routines based on his genetic data, based on personality profiles, based on stressors and all this other stuff. And then they're going to get selective media coverage. And then they got a whole bunch of stuff going on at various government levels that's supposed to be classified or confidential, or if you ever get the report, it's redacted. Let me tell you what they do with this redacted stuff. You file a motion in court. They don't address the charges in your motion. Somebody somewhere higher up the food chain says, oh, she's mine. Yeah, she's been mine for a long time. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I've rented her out to him, and yeah, I rented her out to her, but I need her now. And so they take the motion and they redact it, and somebody copyrights it, and then they make a formula out of it. And then they'll do things where it's kind of like choose your own adventure. If you've paid for the product, you could do this choose your own adventure, and then you insert somebody else's name or a different demographic or maybe a different location, and you create your own composite made to order version with the kind of characteristics you like. See, they've been doing this with patient notes for a long time. I tracked how they lied about my alleged mental health treatment in order to set up and murder the former president of Egypt, right? I tracked this. They murdered one president because they had framed another president, and that's part of the whole swap out they did. What did I have to do with Egypt? What would my medical treatment? It's just the way they do it. They take it, they create a profile, they redact something, and then they replace it with what they want in order to get the prescription they want. That's how I can't get anyone to talk to me. But Hillary Clinton specifically gets to use all my options, including, I believe, one that she's going to be, using in the next couple of days? I can't get anything through the DOJ, but my efforts to contact the DOJ end up with all these other people that were really big supporters of Hillary Clinton. So even if this guy got poisoned with whatever they determined he actually got poisoned with, which, by the way, that first allegation, spot on. If you actually owed any oligarchs in Texas, buddy, guess what? You fucking paid. I got all the evidence. They used me to pay for you. I'm just letting you know, right? And they're still using me to pay for what? See, I worked for a clinic that worked with people that had to deal with sexual health issues. What they did is they stole the information on the credit union account I had. And they've been torturing me with it because I won't agree to be a fucking prostitute. They literally took the account, made up some complete misrepresentation of what I did when I worked there, just like the place I worked before. They took the account from where I worked before and made a completely slanderous misrepresentation of who I am and what I did. And the truth is, the reason why is because the CIA was cheating and supporting people doing illegal activity as part of their election campaign, which included disappearing people that could have provided evidence of them engaged in criminal activity. It wasn't intelligence you get to classify and then create a composite so you can get some other ethnic group or people from other country programmed. This was evidence in what should have been criminal prosecution for acts of public corruption that were also connected to acts of domestic and international terrorism. But what you did instead is you kidnapped us, you tortured us, you stole what we did, and you created some bullshit product, a copyright or a patent that you gave to a bunch of fucking criminals who want to custom order something that then they can claim on their insurance payouts. Why can I not get any information about alleged loans or alleged bank accounts that you guys have literally let actual hardcore criminals, people you call terrorists, people you put on a sanctions list, people you refuse to acknowledge in any other condition but someone that means that because of association, I absolutely can't even possibly contact anybody from those countries without being suspicious myself. And persist to this day to do this. Around this time last year, there was an announcement that apparently 38 people that worked with Hillary Clinton had been identified from the Department of Justice as being suspicious in connection with her emails. I already know. I showed you last night what that woman did with her emails. I believe she had people, including me personally, and including people that were members of independent parties and the third party. And she made a list of us, and she got to cover up through her State Department role, and she pinged us. And she coded all kinds of bonds and fucking T-notes and deals into our lives. Horrible, horrible things. Things that pay off drug dealers and narco cartels. And to use what was actually good about our lives and auction it off and sell it out piecemeal to create profiles of other people that would be loyal and cover up for their narco. That's what they did. That's what they did 10 years ago. That was what the fucking Affordable Care Act was. And that's whatever that was when you're not supposed to let somebody who wants to be president be the Secretary of State. They've known this for a very long time. But, you know, there's really no rules. There's really no reason to I showed you last night. That's exactly what she did. How many friggin' years are you going to go around playing this disgusting Russian spy porno spree and torturing people all over the fucking world before you get to the point? You've already wasted my entire friggin' life covering up for that woman and her perverted friggin' husband. How many other people's lives are you going to waste? How many other people are you going to murder? Are you going to murder to cover up for their crimes? You completely delegitimized the Department of Justice in the last 3 years with your little fucking porno spread with the Democrats. And the Republicans have proven themselves so completely freaking competent that all they're doing is the same damn thing. Why didn't Microsoft respond when I told them that somebody had stolen my software operating license? And why, to this day, do people think it's okay to back-end view my evidence and steal it and code it with means by which to torture me? And to this day, not one damn fucking person has talked to me. I've watched you sell off little girls again like you did to me. I just watched you do it all friggin' summer. When do you get the fucking point that you have to stop yourself? When do you admit you have a fucking problem?